Well, it's the end of February. It's about minus 30 centigrade outside, a couple feet of snow, but there's no wind today, so it's really quite a nice winter day. Last fall, I brought in some things so I could get some stuff done over the winter. Kind of took over the basement with it. The cabin cushions, I just shampooed them a couple times. They come out pretty nice. And the cockpit cushions, I was able to remove the slip covers, so I just washed them in cold water and then hung them to dry. And I was looking around for a stove. I'll just zoom in so you can see this here. There, you can kind of see that, get an idea. Now, I didn't want a naphtha stove. And my first choice would have been a propane stove, but I just couldn't find one. They're all too big. And then someone on that Trailer Sailor forum suggested a butane stove. And I got looking around and there's 1,000 different choices. And this is the one I settled on. It's made in the United States. Uh, Looks to be really well built, has great reviews, and it's nice and small. And it came with a little nice little plastic case so I could stow it. And I didn't want to fasten the stove to the galley, but I wanted something so things wouldn't move around. So I bought a little package of 1/8" stainless rod, and I just took like a tape measure and a little felt pen and marked so they're symmetrical, and then I just bent them with a big vice grip. They're not completely symmetrical, but you know it'll keep things from sliding around. There you can kind of see one, and they've got a little bit of a cant inward, so there'll be a little bit of spring to keep whatever's on there on there. Now I'll have to, this will just lift out and flip in, and I'll have to lift it out to put the can of butane on before I put it in, but these will stay in the galley because they're mounted, but the stove I can, you know, it'll be out of the way and these will be easy to clean around. And I picked up, this is just kind of a, we'll see. I grabbed some, a package of 4 of these little cleats and some 3/16, I think it's 3/16, yeah, 3/16 stretchy cord. And I'm thinking for kind of stowing lines, kind of fast and easy, and you know, easy to get off. I haven't decided. We'll see. That was just one of those things. It was an idea. Okay, now next there's that locker at the very back of the cockpit. And initially my thought was just a combustibles locker. You know, keep some like a naphtha bottle with some gas, spare gas for the outboard, and the butane, and a can of oil, and a rag, and a funnel kind of thing, a pair of binos. But the boat came with this collapsible grapple type anchor, and there's room for that. So that's basically what I'm going to put in that back locker. Make sure you can see this. Now this is a spare bilge pump that came with the boat. You can see they're just a 12-volt submersible sump pump. I don't know how much water that'll take out. I would guess that'll leave a 1/4 inch on the cabin floor is my guess. And where that's located in the boat, if you imagine the transom is to my left, the hole that drains into the skeg is right about here. And being I plan on leaving the boat in the water for the summer, I want to be able to empty out the skeg. So for Christmas I asked for one of these, and Santa delivered. It's a little 20-volt battery powered wet dry vac, 1/2 gallon at a time. That'll be easy to stow on the boat, nice and small. But also this comes out. So I grabbed one of these, they're just for furniture legs, keep from marking the floor. Drilled a hole with a jackknife, sharp jackknife, shoved a piece of hose and a little bit of 2-part epoxy. This slips on here, and then I can shove this down into the hole into the skeg and suck the water out of the skeg 1/2 gallon at a time. It'll work. Now, lastly, again, to qualify, this is just what I'm doing. I'm not saying any of this is even a good idea, okay? I made a kind of a mock-up with the masking tape of the lower part of the mast, brought in the boom, and the The boom was rigged up for like 2-line Jiffy reefing. It had the let me see the grommets. There's one there. It's grommets reinforced, but it's set up for single line. And I wanted double line, and I didn't want that. And it had a cheek block on this end, and then there wasn't a cheek block or anything on that end. So all I did was this is just rough, like just a half hitch there. All I did was I put another cheek block on the far end, and then used these masked pad eyes to keep the line so it's not going to be flopping around and getting in the way. And then let's see if we over here, zoom in a little bit. Below the slot, I'm just going to put another masked pad eye to kind of just direct the line so it's not in the way. And then right now the boat has a single block for the main halyard, so I just grabbed a little double block, and then the main halyard just runs to a cam cleat like that. So with the double block, I'm just going to run this cam cleat, park it right beside the main halyard cam cleat, and now I've got oh there, sorry, there's that cam cleat, but then I'll have that cam cleat be right beside the one for the main halyard, so hopefully it'll work good. Well, that's what I've been up to. Probably be oh boy, at least a month and a half before it's nice out here.